don't say so. But if it is yes, I want you say it the best. And never forget that you know I'm the best. Like fresh vegetable. So tell me if you love it forever. Love you like fresh vegetable. So tell me if you love it forever. Hey little girl, each time you pass my way, I'm tempted to touch.
Well, you can't go and mix it temp your berries. You must have to get her, you hear?
Hey little girl, each time you pass my way, I'm tempted to touch.
Baby girl, I love him all the diamonds on pearl.
Oh baby, the dress you wear, your perfume.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Good evening, good evening. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome, 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 welcome to the hot topic. It's another evening, and we're here. Hot topics. How's everybody doing? My name is Chris Wilby, and gonna be here with you for a little while. I want to say welcome to those of you on Linkage Radio. Good evening to you, Lady D. For a moment, I was not picking you up, but yeah, we started getting the feed. So, yeah, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening. I must start off the evening with some, I don't know, not so good news all around. It's first and foremost, I'm having issues with my audio in the studio. There's some things that's not working too right here, so I want you all to bear with me throughout the program. That's one. And number two, we regrettably, I don't know if I should say regrettably, but just before I came on air, I got some news. Not so good. That an icon in the broadcast business, Barry G. Gordon, has passed. Yeah, that one. Barry Gordon, Barry G, the icon. And I was trying to see if I could bring up some clips from his days in radio and stuff like that. But as I said, for some strange reason, my audio isn't doing too well, so I'm unable to play those. And apart from that, we still have to be mindful of the copyright infringement because YouTube is going hard on us all. So we have to be careful of the music we play. We have to be careful of the things we replay from other people's content and all of that. So if you have been following me, you would have noticed that I've restructured how I broadcast, and I'm trying my best to stay within the guidelines, so that I don't get kicked off of YouTube. But in the event you're listening to me and we get kicked off of YouTube, you can always run on over to the website. I'm always live on the website at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. You can listen to me over there. So those of you who are listening elsewhere, if you're watching me on YouTube, we're always live on the website. Whenever I come on radio, on YouTube, I'm live on my website first and foremost, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Yeah, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Always live there. So you can check it out over there. That's www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. So yeah, follow me over there. And gonna try to do the show irrespective of the fact that I'm having some issues with my audio, which I will try to rectify at some point. I may have to get a technician. I'm not a technician, so it goes without saying. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a hot topic, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to welcome you. Welcome everybody. I was listening to Lady D earlier, And it seems as if both of us are thinking the same thing. We did not have a meeting, no, ladies and gentlemen, but the same sentiments that Lady D was echoing is the same thing I was thinking uh, today before I start the show. And I said I was going to make the same request of you all. And I heard Lady D with the same thing. This particular program is supposed to be an interactive program. I want it to be interactive. Boy, Lady D, you're first me on it, to be honest with you. I'm not following in your in your footsteps in this instance. It's just something that I literally plan to say, and I hear you echoing it on your station, and I said, wow. So yeah, this particular program, I want it to be interactive because of how we are structuring it now. Once upon a time, I used to be able to play music to fill the slot. Then I bring in the features and whatnot, whatnot. No, we are mostly talk. And sometimes it's not easy for one person to just sit here in front of the microphone and just talk for 2 hours. So what we may end up doing, because we have to adapt, and the reason why we have been around this long is because we have been able, Lady D and I, and whoever else is in broadcast for however long, keeping your programs on the air, you have to be able to adapt to the situations and the circumstances. And we've been able to do that over the years. Whenever we come across a challenge, we figure out a way and we navigate ourselves, navigate around it, and we have kept it going. Because they say only a fool will keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Yeah? So we've been able to stay in the business and navigate our way because, we have been able to adapt. And it's the same situation here. We are having challenges with YouTube and the social media companies and whatnot. They have their policies, and we just have to figure out a way to abide by it. So if I am on air and the program is supposed to be 2 hours, however, if we figure that 2 hours is too long to have the discussion, we may have to cut it down to an hour and a half. You know what I mean? And it's okay. As I say, we just have to do what works. So whenever I come here on a Thursday, I'd love to hear from you. I throw the topics out there. I say my piece for a little bit, talk up the talk, and then open up the phone lines and see if people are willing to participate and chat with me. And if you're willing to chat, we can chat for a little bit. You give your opinion, I give mine, and sometimes we are going to disagree, sometimes we are going to agree, sometimes we are going to agree to disagree. And that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's a free, democratic society, and the fact that I may believe something doesn't necessarily mean that you have to believe it. We are different individuals, come from different places. So, hey, if I say A You don't have to say A, you can say B. And we can have a discussion about it, and I may have a reason why I say A, and you may have a valid reason why you say B. But at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree and keep it moving. And that's the kind of discussions that I would love to have on the hot topics on a Thursday, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to go into the condolences to the great man, Barry G. Gordon. And let me just give you a lot of you may have known the story, but I've always been a radio person from I was a kid. I've always wanted to be in radio. I've always wanted to do radio. And the reason for that was Barry G. Gordon. So it was a gut punch for me when I heard the news this afternoon that Barry G passed. I love how he carried himself. I love his style of delivery. Started out years ago trying to imitate Barry G. Gordon. And for a while, a lot of people used to say, "Wow, you sound like Barry G." And it was a compliment, but then it wasn't anymore. And the reason why it wasn't anymore is because I didn't want to sound like anybody. I wanted to sound like Chris Wilby. But the fact that I was able to, for a short period of time, emulate the great man, the greatest disc jock ever live. It's my opinion. Barry G. Gordon, the greatest disc jock that God created. He will go down in history as the person who has influenced Jamaicans. He started his career very, very early and continued it for the better part of 40 years on radio. We grew up listening to that sound, that unique sound of Barry Gordon. And a lot of people who later became broadcasters were influenced by the sound of a Barry G. I remember growing up and listening into Barry Gordon, and I think I was already probably in my early 20s when Ron Mushet came on the scene. Same story. Ron Mushet emulated Barry G to the point where he started sounding like Barry G. Came on air, and a lot of people would not know the difference between Ron Mushet and Barry G. And I cannot forget Ron Mushet was on radio one day. I can't remember if it was on JBC or RJ, because Barry G was on so many different. But Ron Mushet was, I think they were on the same station, or maybe it was Hot 102. Don't quote me on it. But Ron Mushet started doing the afternoon radio. Barry G was in the morning at that time. And Barry G went on vacation. And I remember when Barry G came off vacation and Barry G came back, both of them were in studio doing the interview. And I never forget when Barry G said to Ron, "Boy, you cramp my style, man. You mash me up." And Barry G Ron Mushit was like, what? Because at the time, because Ron Mushit was the younger version of Barry G at the time. Because I think he is about half Barry G's age. And Ron Mushit was getting a lot of traction. He was hot on the scene. He was doing his thing. Barry G was the original boogeyman, and he was doing his thing. Ron Mushit was doing his thing. Then Barry G went off on vacation, but Barry G was still on radio because the younger Barry G was still doing his thing. So Barry G came back, and Barry G was like, "Nah, man." And then Barry G said to him that I'm impressed, and I am happy that you are trying to emulate me and you sound like me and everything, but when I go off on vacation, nobody miss me because I am still here, And I think from then, so Barry G told Ron Mushit that he needed to tone it down a little bit and to develop his own style and all. And I think Ron learned that, and Ron Mushit developed his own style and decided to be himself. So that's one of the things that I remembered from Barry G Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. So, needless to say, I learned a lot from Barry G. One of the things Barry G was very good at was the English language. He loved the English language. He enjoyed communicating in the English language. His pronunciations and all of that. He was just a unique individual. Very, very talented. So much so that he worked on all the top radio stations across Jamaica. So if you grew up in Jamaica in the 80s, 90s, and 2000, you would have known Barry G because he was the master. He was the master at what he did. And so I want to say rest in peace to the great man Barry G Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's my my story this evening, and I want to see. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up my YouTube here. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening to everybody tuning in. Good evening to Sister Pat. Good evening to Sister Camille, and everybody else tuning in. I want to say good evening to you. Yes, let me see if I can get into the hot topic. Just give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get my bearings here. All right, stand by.
She's a modern girl, modern girl. You are a modern girl. If you don't know how to hold me tight, you cannot be with me tonight. Oh, baby. If you don't know how to squeeze me right, you cannot be with me tonight. Oh, my love is a serious thing. You giving me your love, I need everything. By the way I look in.
All right, so as I said before, we have to be careful how we play music. So we don't want to get into trouble. So I'm trying to limit the amount of music that I play on this show here. But sometimes we have to use the music as a filler. You understand? So what we're going to pick and choose the music that we play here, right? Good evening to you, Lady D. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, I appreciate it much. All right, so let me just run to the hot topic here. Just pulling this up here. I'm having some issues with my audio. I have some stuff I wanted to play on my computer, but computer just not um, playing the audio. So I don't know what's happening there. All right, but this one here, my friends, is the main one, and we're going to talk a little bit about the hurricane and what is happening. But let me just get to the main thing here. Where is it? Where is it? Searching for it. That would be right here. Okay. Yeah. So let me just bring that up. I want to share that on my screen with you. All right. There it is. All right. So it says here, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to tell me your thoughts. I would love for you to send me a voice note, or you can call me. I don't know if the voice note is even gonna play. It probably will. So send me a voice note, or you can call me 508-762-7621. Don't know what's happening. All kinds of problems this evening. But anyway, you can listen and you can respond on YouTube or call me 508-762-7621. Am I wrong for feeling abandoned? That's the question. I'm a 65-year-old male. My wife is 60 years old. Hello, good evening. You're live on the radio.
Barry G.
Yeah.
Barry G.
Yes, sir. Barry G.
Your boogeyman Barry G.
Yeah.
Your boogeyman or boogeyman Barry G has left us.
I tell you. Yeah. It was a gut punch this evening when I heard it, you know. But he was ill for a while. I don't know what happened this time around, but I know that he was struggling with some problems, you know.
He had come down years ago with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And he had a stroke.
He had a stroke, yeah.
So I don't know if it was the same that has been lingering and been, you know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
High blood pressure and you get a stroke.
Yeah, I think they're saying that
January.
pneumonia. They're listing the cause of death as pneumonia.
Oh, and he was died in Savlamar Hospital. Is that area? Because I was wondering where he lived. That's where he had resided.
I think so. You know, he was from Sav, and I know that I don't think he left Sav.
Is he from Savoy or from St. Mary?
I know that I think his wife that he married was from Sav, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh,
I
so
think
maybe that's
that was
going to be
where
Sab because I'm
he
under the
was
impression that
he resided.
he just said,
I think you're right. I think he was from Saint Mary originally, but his
yeah,
wife.
because I think when he was an obscure broadcaster, had a little 5-minute thing on JBC called Soapbox,
Mm-hmm.
and he rose from that to the stature of a radio personality that we have come to know.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, when the radio thing changed, he was at Mellow in Montego Bay, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's why we kind of transition down to that part of the world, Western Jamaica. Now, it's really interesting that he died yesterday, at, in the hurricane.
Mm.
Um, I'm wondering if that had anything to do, impact on him, psychology of it, because the Salomon Hospital, I think has been terribly affected by hurricane and was going through it. So he was, he was there going through it while this hurricane is carrying on.
Mm. Yeah.
So, when I got the message, like about 6:30 this evening from a friend of mine, I ask, I think I've gotten a response that if I ask if there's any word if the hurricane had anything to do with his, thing. No, I must say I've had the distinction of working along. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, man.
Because I'm hearing some crackling on the line. But anyway, I've had the distinction of, the honor and the distinction of working along with Barry G and no, not at the radio station. Because when I were the other thing you didn't mention, he actually at one time was at RJR, in the afternoon show
Mm-hmm.
when he had moved from
From
JBC.
JBC, yes.
Yeah, and I think and then Free Eye is another great radio man that didn't
Mm-hmm.
last long because unfortunately Fry um was the
He was
casualty, a
killed,
victim
yeah.
of Peter Tosh,
Mm-hmm.
when they were shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
So Fry had replaced him at JVC in the afternoon while he was over there
At
at
RGR,
RJR
yeah.
and never got much of Fry. That's another sad story. But anyway,
But then
so
he came back to JBC after he left RJR, he came back to JBC.
yes, the thing again when Fry, died
Mm-hmm.
and whatever all that was going on. So when I say I used to work along with him in that, I used to work at Sandals Resort in Montego Bay,
Mm-hmm.
and we always have these three radio station would come down there. One from Boston, from your neck of the woods. I think it's I think it's BZ something another. A radio station there, and one out of Milwaukee, out of the Midwest, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and one out of Santa Barbara, California. So the Boston station and the Midwest station normally have morning shows, and the Santa Barbara obviously are 3 hours ahead.
Mm-hmm.
They had an afternoon show, so we always invite our local station to do co-broadcasts
Mm-hmm.
with this foreign station. So in the morning we had another legend in the form of Good Morning Man, Alan Magnus.
Yes.
And then in the afternoon, the radio station come, we had Barry G.
Mm-hmm.
So I was my office, the Office of Public Relations, was the one who coordinated all of this. And it was on my plate. So I work with them in terms of us being the hotel personnel to make sure everything goes right and kind of like, producing and directing the whole thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
we developed a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, such a
Occasionally when he's in the area with his because he had a sound system called, I think it was Thunder or something like that.
what that?
What that? Yes. I think his thing they have Thunder. When name Aliakim Samaj, aka Michael James.
Yes.
I think my name up Thunder. So the Barry had what that. So when you come like Montego Bay and stuff with his what that, it would drop by the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even as I left Jamaica and we come here, we'd connect. So, Walk Gold Barry G, you have left an indelible mark
Well, I tell you,
on the
I
broadcast
tell you,
industry and the broadcast fraternity.
yes, that's absolutely true. He was from a different era though, because he in those days to be a broadcaster, you had to be on top of your game. Nowadays everybody a broadcaster. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
but back then the profession was highly, highly respected. And people looked up to these guys. and they carried themselves, with the utmost professionalism. They would, their respect, their respect is way up there, way up there. Barry G is like, next
Top
to
of the
God.
tops.
When it comes to broadcasting, when it comes to disc jock, I think Barry G is the god of broadcasting.
Of course, Barry G is top of the tops. Yes, he is. And that's it's you, the only person that I have found. Alan Magnus Gold was saying is a star in his own right, but it's a whole different way
Yeah,
in which they
I
do
mean, they
their
were
own
all
show.
good guys
Right.
and good
So,
broadcasters, but Barry G
but Barry
was
G,
like
and
in
I
a
said the
class by
only
himself.
person, yeah, and so the only person I was seeing to know Barry G's style was I've never had the pleasure of hearing Ron Moshe,
Hmm.
so I don't know. I should have heard him because well, before I say that quickly, so uh, Free Eye was the one that was really capturing my imagination when he came on. I said I didn't have enough of him because he was taken out, shortly
Hmm.
after.
Hmm.
But as for Ron Mushe, I was waiting to hear him because I've heard about him. Just in case you never remember, Ron Mushe was at IRE FM. He may very well be there still.
No, he's where is he now? He's on morning radio at what's that station you called the other day?
IRE FM.
No, he's not on IRFM anymore.
Oh,
Is
Mello.
I think he's on Mellow. I think he's doing
He's on-
morning. I think he's doing morning radio on Mellow.
Okay, I'll find out. But
Yeah.
anyway, I was anticipating hearing, having heard of this Ron Mushe because
Mm.
when the Jam people had acquired RGR 94 FM, and which was branded the Bridge,
Hmm.
he was one of the person that was announced that was going to join the team, but it never happened for whatever reason.
Yeah, I can do a quick Google search right now to find out where Ron Moshe is.
Right. So I'm still yet to hear this Ron Mache. So what period was he on that you said that you used to hear him when you were a little dissertation
What
about
period? No, it was.
yeah,
I
Barry
think it was.
G.
It was. It would have to be in the 90s. Probably late
Oh,
90s, early 2000s. It would have to be that period. I don't
that's when
know.
that's when you used to hear him, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
because he at the
Yeah.
time when he came
I was
on.
well on
When he.
the out of Jamaica by then. I know things are so different. Maybe if it was now, I could hear him because we have whole revolutionization of technology
Mm,
back in those days. Now by internet and all that
oh,
kind of
he's
stuff.
now on the Edge.
Oh,
The Edge
never heard of
105.
never
Yeah,
never heard of this one.
yeah, he's now on the Edge. I
Where
just
are you
looked.
looking at?
I just looked him
Where do
up.
you find
Google. I just
Google?
Googled him.
Go,
Yeah.
says you have
His
it's
name
the
is spelled
edge.
Muschette.
Yeah, I think it's really Mushe, but we're Jamaicans say Mushet because
Well,
it's like
he
a French.
calls it Mouchette, so he
Yeah,
pronounced it Mouchette.
Ron Mushe.
Yeah.
So if I was supposed to look for the edge, it's spelled EDGE.
Yeah.
Okay. And it says in the mornings.
Yeah, 105 edge105.com.
Okay, and it's a morning show he does. What
Yeah,
time?
it's I'd have to find it, I think let me see.
Okay,
It
then
says
maybe
here
I'll find
6
the
6 to 10 a.m.
okay. It should be
Mm,
as it is right now. It will be 7 a.m. our time. By
yeah.
next week is now 6 p.m. Well, guess what? Thank you for the information.
Come on, no
And as I
problem.
said, walk with Barry G, and
Yeah.
again, you have to tell the mark.
Yeah,
Goes it
tell
out.
her.
Goes it out saying.
Yeah. Abarji make me get interested in radio, to be honest with you.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, there you go, an influence.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many people out there who will say the same thing.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, the man. I have
I wanted to
never
be Barry
missed.
G when I was young. No doubt. I'm not kidding you, bro. And people who have listened to me over the years would have heard me talk this story over and over. Barry G
Mm.
was like, I mean, like, trust me, you wouldn't understand the way I looked up to that man. I loved Barry G, bro.
Well, you may have heard it before. You may have heard. I don't know if I've said it to you, or you may have heard that. Yeah, you may have heard that I said it. That you remind me a lot, like, um,
I think you said Henry
um,
Stennett.
no, Jerry McDaniel.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, yeah, Jeremy
Yeah,
McDonough. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
Jerry McDaniel. We're still around
yeah,
for all these years. Still are Gerald Sunday show.
yeah.
Sometimes he pinch it
Very
in
smooth. He's
hotline.
very smooth.
Yeah, hotline. Yes,
Hmm.
very nice, soft, warm Sunday
Yes,
afternoon
yes.
show that he did. But anyway, but but oh yeah, I've never, I can't recall ever having this 2 to 6 Super Mix. It was the name of Bar G show, and I'll never forget the name of it, 2 to 6
Two to
Super
six
Mix.
super mix.
And
Yes, I remember that.
yeah, and I have learned so much, and we need to give out so much information about the music, about the music business way beyond
Hmm.
just the art, just the way the artist, because that's how I know about John Laws has been a producer, and what the other one name again? You have John Laws, and you have those days, those were 12 producers who were big in the dancehall fraternity. I can't remember the other one name, but Barry G delved into more than just telling the artist. He went a little deeper.
Yeah, he would educate you about the music,
Correct. Right.
the origin of
Just
the music, and each artist.
yeah.
He would. Yeah, he would go deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and boy, was he, and he was quick on his feet,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and
He was brilliant.
fluent,
He was
because
brilliant.
as I said to you, I have seen him at it, as I said, with him coming to Sandals. I've
Hmm.
seen him at it, and I see how the man, how his mouth move and how he thing. I'm like, wow, I was in awe,
Yeah.
you know, how fluent he was, how sharp, quick. Barry G, you're the man. All right.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
like when me have you on the line, let me just run through the hot topic, and you can give me your take on it, and then we can move on. Let me see. Let me
Mm.
just see if I can pull this up again, because I'd already pulled it up. I was about
Why
to
are you
read
doing
it.
that? I think some weeks ago I catch the tail end of one of your topic regarding some putting out your daughter or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Let me just give you this one here. All right. So as it
Mm.
says here, am I wrong for feeling abandoned? I'm a 65-year-old male. My wife is 60 years old. We're both retired and have a paid-off home. We're both in great health and great shape. And because of the careers we had, we were able to do part-time work to sustain ourselves in our retirement. We're also now receiving pensions, plus we have some savings. Obviously, our children are grown, so they aren't our responsibility anymore. The problem is that after all these years of living and working together, looking forward to retirement where I can spend time with my wife, she suddenly decided to migrate to live and work in Canada. Her eldest son, who is my stepson, had put in the paperwork before she retired, but it was finalized a couple of years ago. I told her that I didn't want to migrate to live in another country after working all my life in Jamaica, but she quote unquote wanted a change. I told her
Mm.
that we could go for short visits and come back home, but she wasn't in agreement with that, so she migrated. She has been living and working there now for the better part of 2 years and is planning on being there for the foreseeable future. She has come back to visit me once during that time. Needless to say, we fought for the entire 2 weeks she was there, verbally, of course. I'm
Mm,
presently visiting the United States and she's planning to come over for a few days. But I'm afraid we're just going to argue about the situation and make it worse, especially being around family. My
mm,
problem is that I feel as if she has abandoned me during the time when I really want her by my side. I'm very lonely and miserable, and I'm at the point of surrendering to the temptations around me. I told her that I still have needs to be fulfilled, but she's downplaying it and accusing me of lacking in self control. I have a quote unquote friend who I talk to on a regular basis, but I don't want to cross that line, even though I'm sure she would be more than accommodating. I'm stunned that my wife would do this because we had a fantastic relationship and a great life until now. Am I wrong for feeling as if she abandoned me?
not at all. Not at all. Given or you have laid it out and that he feels abandoned, you can't deny that.
Hmm.
You can't. He's telling her exactly how he feels given the situation.
Yeah.
And yes, you don't want to cross the line because to realize mentally he's a married man.
Hmm.
But of course, he has needs, and he's saying it.
Yeah.
And if it was a woman saying that to him, you know, it would be the same story. So my thing is, it would seem to me that the only thing that stands between him and getting involved with this other person here is the fact that they're married.
Hmm. He's
So maybe
yeah, he's trying to hold on to his marriage, and
right,
he's
but the thing
probably
is,
thinking that the moment he goes there, it's going to cause serious problems.
right. So, but here's the thing: they're not living a married life.
Mm.
They're not because she had moved on to Canada while I was in Jamaica, and she
Right.
come back there once it once, and I'm a quarrel, so that tells you a lot.
Hmm.
And then she went back Canada, and then come to America, and she was planning to come. So there's no marriage per se in practice.
Yeah.
And again, man have needs. So my thing
But
is,
obviously, he wants to hold on to the marriage. But it sounds like the woman has moved on.
well, absolutely, she have, you know, from her reaction and her response so forth, she's not, for want of a better word, excited at all. And let's just say that them children grew up already and them and so forth. So maybe the only logical thing I could see to resolve is that in divorce,
Mm.
sever ties, and so that he can um enjoy the rest of his life maybe with the person who is now you
Well,
know
but you see, sometimes, at that age, it's easier said than done. Because remember, he spends most, if not all, of his life with this woman. And now, in his what you call it, the golden years, the twilight of his years. That's the time when I believe that wife and husband should now be settling down and the two of them go swing in them rocking chair and laugh and chat together and all of that. This thing about people, um, in your 60s, you're leaving, say you're coming to foreign to come work and all of those things. What is it that you're running down? At that age, I don't understand it.
yeah, the thing about it, is in Jamaica you have these mandatory, which I think should change, but there's different reasons why they keep it as mandatory retirement age. And somebody, now that those of us in our 60s realize that old people, especially in this day and age, and if a person's got so much to offer left in them to offer, both from experience, from knowledge, and education. So she can do something else with that. I don't have a problem with that.
At
And
the
ideally, I don't think
at the risk of
no
sacrificing
sick.
your marriage.
Well, well, I was saying generally speaking, but no
Yeah.
on the risk. So not everything gonna go the way how we think it should go. That's just a reality.
Hmm.
So it has gone that way, and I said earlier on, they they, they, they don't have a an active marriage.
Mm.
There's nothing going on between them that constitutes a marriage because she they are north and him they're south,
Hmm.
and they are not they're not doing anything that they should be doing, involving what they should be doing, and you hear him say have needs, and it seem like she is in any
She
way,
care
shape, or
about, yeah,
form.
she don't really care about the needs, them needs.
Right.
Cause she tell him, so you go drink some water and go take a cold shower. Where some
Yeah.
man?
So,
Don't
and
play, she don't play him needs, you know. She say, where some?
right, this missing his
Mm-hmm.
needs. So that tells you a lot. So my things, and
It's one
the
of two
fact that
things, you know.
he has interest, but he just don't want to go there in a certain way
Yeah,
because
it's one of two things. I think that it's either the wife fell out of love with him and she really don't care, you know, or because she doesn't have that need as he has.
mm,
She doesn't feel as if he should have that need. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it is quite possible that she's still in love with him, or she's still, I don't know if in love, but because sometimes after you're married for a while, you just put up with each other. You don't even know if you love each other. But
right,
yeah, so maybe it's that because I see some married people where, trust me, they can't stand one another, but them still stay together for years and
yeah,
years. And they don't even want to be in the same room with each other. But I
yeah.
don't know if that is the situation. But it's interesting that at that age she decided to migrate and now be her husband of mine.
Well, let me say this to you. There's been a pattern of more women are inclined to migrate even at that age than a man. Say in our family because it's in my family, my cousin's husband. But the thing is, they go back and forth with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Him same now come live foreign, so he come up part of the time and join them now to come up around the latter part towards the latter quarter of the year. Is always there in Florida and Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And again, and then they go back on to Jamaica again and back and forth. So they have that work out. So
Mm-hmm.
but this is this topic scenario is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so maybe
Because
there's some
he had suggested that that, hey, listen, make us spend some time up there and I travel back and forth, and she said no, her son a file for her, so she had take the opportunity and come, and she come and she a work, so she don't have no plan for come back
mm,
home.
wow.
All right, deal,
It's
thanks.
like divorce is thing, but before it's like divorce is a stereotyped,
Yeah, yeah, it
and
sound like a this
since
of
as
them
he
head.
had right, and it seems like he had somebody who was interested in, but I said the only reason why I'm not going there deep because
Because
I'm
he's still
married,
married.
so
Yeah.
right,
And
so
obviously
so
he still has some respect for the marriage,
right.
which
So
is
the
a
whole
good thing.
idea is the whole idea, right. So the whole idea right now as it is to dissolve the marriage and and do so amicably. But before you go though,
Hmm.
given that you're a man from St. Thomas,
Yes, sir.
and we see and hear what happened out there, and actually, the the Negro and the White River was spoken about by the member of parliament for Western St. Thomas,
Mm.
and you and I know how St. Thomas set up.
Mm.
All that water from the mountain and all this stuff that is in its ways come tumbling down. And all yellow thing there that went flood and all kind of stuff. So there's a lot of destruction that took place, even though the hurricane did not come and land there, but because of where it passed on its way to, as it makes its way to the west.
Mm.
So I ask you, how are things from your neck of the woods in
Well-
St. Thomas, where you hail from?
Well, to be honest with you, I think St. Thomas and Portland has seen the best of this hurricane, if we can say that.
Really?
Yeah. For the first time in hurricanes visiting Jamaica, St. Thomas was spared.
Well, because I saw some video of in the Wiki Waki Beach area, and boy, it was rough.
Yeah, man, people get, I mean, every inch of Jamaica felt it, right? However, in the grand scheme of things, we still have to say that St. Thomas, because I got a report from Whitehall. You know where Whitehall is, Seafort, up that area. No, I got a report
Yes,
from that area
those
that
areas were mentioned also.
yeah, I got a report that we got some rain and we got some wind, but nothing too serious.
But the member of parliament for Western St. Thomas had some stark thing about areas in the constituency.
Listen,
An ominous
damage.
report.
St. Thomas, majority of St. Thomas, listening to the news broadcast on Radio Jamaica today, even electricity is in majority of St. Thomas today.
Oh, okay.
So that alone tells you that the parish was not, I mean, I'm not saying nobody no get damage or no damage no create. I'm just saying that in comparison to the rest of the island, St. Thomas is functionable. St. Thomas people can get up tomorrow morning and go to work.
And go with them business.
Yes.
Without some normal.
St. Thomas and Portland, I think. But the rest, and even Kingston, St. Andrew, some parts of St. Catherine, I think a lot of those places, Portmore, for example, people are moving about and going to work and all of that today.
Yes,
It's
it's
mostly-
lots of rain because it didn't come ashore. But
Exactly.
and
It's
quickly.
mostly the western section of the
Third.
island that
The
was
third of the island.
devastated.
Yeah, that third. The Surrey.
yeah.
No, Cornwall,
Devastated,
Middlesex,
yeah.
and
It is the
Cornwall.
way
Yeah.
down there, way down there. Yeah.
The Cornwall
end.
County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Cornwall County is really.
Yeah, man. Them
Look
mash
at-
up.
but-
Them mash up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
yeah.
getting a call.
But-
I'm getting a call. Let me
but
see
may
if I
ask-
can
Okay.
accept
right.
this call. Hello, you're live on the radio.
No, you're not delayed.
Hello, you're live on the radio.
Hello.
Yes, Lady D. How you
Yes,
do?
good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm there.
Okay, me too. I am home. I just want to chime in quickly.
Great show you had there. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
listening.
ma'am.
At one point, I was wondering, come here, I say, oh, when I hear Lady D, me your music it up
Away,
there.
little-
But
Oh,
yeah.
music was playing when?
In the first half of the, I don't know if it was because I was listening into the radio, because sometimes I can't tune into YouTube right away, so I wasn't sure if it was you, if it never picked you up yet or whatever. So, but anyway, it
Oh,
picked
oh.
up afterwards. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on this scenario that we're presented with in your hot topic this evening,
Mm-hmm.
there is a bit of a distracting sound in the background. I'm not
And
sure.
you know, the
You
funny
guys
thing is,
can.
I am not hearing it in my
You
earphone,
don't
so
hear
I
it, but we're
don't know
hearing.
what to touch or what to do because I am not hearing anything, and the callers are saying they're hearing it in the line, so
All right. I won't
I'm not
stress you. I
sure.
just thought I'd mention.
No, I'm hearing you
All right.
loud and clear, but for some reason
Mm-hmm.
there's some humming sound going on, with your, so I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
now that me have to
All
submit,
right.
come
So
like it
here
I
is
get
a
first.
scenario
Mhm.
now that you have presented to us.
Yeah.
And I just want to share my thoughts on it.
Yes. Well, me make it worse.
For many of us, there are things that we would like to do,
Mhm.
and we did not get a chance to do it.
Right.
And here is a couple now, they're married, life has been going well, or well, at least that's what he believes.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you can have one partner who thinks, oh, the relationship is going absolutely wonderful, and the other one will say otherwise. But
Mhm.
anyhow, she chose to leave the marital home and go overseas, leaving him. Now,
Mhm.
sometimes women tend to make some decisions, forgetting that if they move away from their home, move away from the space in which they operate as a
Mhm.
married couple in their union, it will also open doors for other things.
Yes.
Creep in, and the gentleman is admittedly saying, hey, there's a friend I have, but I'm trying to kind of hold myself. And I'm sure it's very difficult for him to do. But it tells me that his wife is in a different mindset.
Yes. Obviously,
She
yes.
wants to have her US experience. She's now working, and she seemed to be doing fine. The question we would ask is, does she want to remain married to him? Because it's been 2 years, they've built assets together, all of these things. They've built a life together. And the
Mhm.
fact that she has gotten up and left, she has a reason for doing so. It's just that she has not disclosed it to him.
Mhm.
She doesn't tell him why she leave him. I've known of a person right this minute today. She left her husband. She came here. She overstayed, and she not go back since then. And he has actually visited here and comes to see her. But as far as there's an aunt of mine who we would always tell her, but you left him.
Mhm.
She seems to be just fine and happy go lucky.
Yeah.
So sometimes people would like to fulfill some desire they have, and it appears selfish. But if you don't say to your partner, hey, this is where I'm at, and you both can come to a decision because he didn't want to come, he's seeing himself like with just chilling now and retiring home
Mhm.
while she in her 65. How old is she? 60.
60. Yeah, she's
She's like
60.
on a new thing for the
Mhm.
new 60s, the new 50 kind of thing,
Mhm.
and wanting to fulfill this yearning that she has.
Mhm.
And it doesn't bother her that my husband maybe miss me, or I
Mhm.
should really, you know, say, come,
Yeah.
honey,
So in other words,
whatever.
they are in two different the
Different,
mindset.
I think so.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
different mindsets.
Because he's in the retired mindset, and she's like, retire
Uh-uh.
who?
She's
Me a
just
young
retired.
woman. Me not
She's
ready for
just
retire
ready.
yet.
Right. And at
Mhm.
60, no matter what their assets are and so on, she still has a lot more to do
Mhm.
with her life. But I believe that everybody needs to just talk, man. Say,
Mhm.
hey, while you want to retire, I really am not there yet.
Mhm.
and just
Yeah, I think
tell
it's
the
the
truth
communication. I think
and
that's.
keep, yeah, man. That is the very core of a lot of breakdown with human beings in
Mm-hmm.
general.
You are absolutely correct. And you know, one of the
We
things too
feel,
with
mm-hmm,
communication is that um, sometimes you have to want to compromise.
mm-hmm,
You know, you have to listen to what the other person is communicating to you. Because if I come to you and say to you, Lady D, um, here is my opinion, and so and so and so and so. Or, in other words, your actions are hurting me.
mm-hmm,
Instead of you getting defensive and saying, you know, see nothing wrong with your action, you should listen to me and say, okay, you know what? It's not that I really want to hurt you, but this is where I'm at. So what can we do? How can we compromise going forward? But sometimes everybody just want to do for them one thing, and nobody no
yeah,
want to compromise,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and nobody
So,
no want to
with
listen
this
to the other
scenario,
party.
oh boy. So this is really, a typical, I believe, um, occurrence that happens in people's marriages and people's lives.
Hmm.
And I'm sure he really would like to have his wife with him again. He wants her. He
It sounds
misses
like he
her.
wants her. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. But if she's on that trajectory, I don't think there is much life left
yeah. It's gonna be
in it.
very difficult.
Mm-hmm. It
She
is.
she live in America. Where America in where Canada? Yeah,
I think.
she live in
Yeah.
Canada, so she's enjoying her life right now. I mean, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
him not upon that. You know, he want him wife home at Jamaica
No.
for go. He probably want to go plant some farm.
I sit down in a rocking chair.
she she not upon that. You know, she say, "Oh, me a young woman. Yeah, where I talk about?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
probably she soon get a little boyfriend up in Canada too. So, because she young,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think they need to talk because he's saying that, if he goes over there, he knows that they're just going to fuss. A
Mm-hmm.
quarrel, pretty much, because they're talking at each other, but not with
Yes,
each
yes,
other.
you're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everybody hot under the collar, you know, because she feel like
Mm-hmm.
he want to stop your progress. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
Yeah,
why it's rough.
I tell you. All right.
Marriage. Marriage is it's a difficult thing, but you have to work at it. It's something that you have to work
Mm-hmm.
on every single day. You have to put in the work
Mm-hmm.
because the minute you stop putting in the work is the day it begin to die.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that you have to constantly put in the work because once you stop putting in the work, yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
it's remember, it's two people coming from two different backgrounds and coming together.
Absolutely.
And I have my feelings and you have yours. I have my opinion and you have yours. And it's
Mm-hmm.
about thinking about each other because once you join that union, there is no I anymore. There is us. You
Simple.
know. So,
Oh, boy.
Lady D, thank you
Well,
very much. I appreciate the call.
blessings, Master.
All right. Yeah. So interesting topic here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to participate, let me know. And I do apologize for the callers. I know that people are saying that there is a humming sound when you call. There's a humming sound in the phone, but for some reason I am not here. Well, me start touch up some things a while ago and me start hear it. In my but for the most part, I am not hearing anything. I'm hearing you loud and clear in my ears. And I'm able to communicate with you. So I don't know why we're having that crackling sound in the phone line. I'm going to try my very best to see if we can sort that out going forward. But in order to sort it out, you have to know what the problem is. I mean, I know what the problem is because me not hear it, So anyway, 508-762-7621. I say again, 508-762-7621. What is your take on the matter? Now, while you contemplate on that, we also have the hurricane issue in Jamaica. Auntie B said, she sent me a message. She said, I would say yes and no because he could have visited her. Let me just accept this call here. Good evening, you're live on the radio.
Good evening, Chris, and to the listeners. How are you?
Sister Pat, how you do?
Yes.
Why may I
I'm
get one
doing
next
good,
call here? So this is hotline. Let me see if I can merge the call, Sister Pat, while you... Hello, you're live on the radio.
Greetings, Chris.
Greetings. Hold a
Yeah,
minute. Hold a minute there for me, because
sure.
may have somebody else on the line. I just picked up this call here. Let me
Yeah, man.
see if
Take
I
your time.
can go back to this call. Hello?
I'm on the ear.
Okay, it's you still. Alright, I don't know how to merge this thing. Give me 1 second. La la la.
Sure.
Alright. Hello? 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 I know I'm getting in trouble. I'm trying to see. Hello?
Are you trying to conference the call?
Yeah, I was trying to conference. Look at me cut off, Sister Pat. Anyway, Sister Pat, call me back. I'm sorry. I was trying to conference the
Yeah,
call.
I'll be quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I agree with what Lady D was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And what the thing is, what we miss is that marriage is an institution,
Yes, sir.
right? When two people come together, unfortunately, a lot of we get married, and especially when children involved, when we get old, like in our 60s and so forth, in later age, what happened with couples, they don't really, as you say, communication is very important, but they don't plan ahead and know what each other goals are. So, and it's okay, and because of that, you find that people grow out away from each other in different phases. They're two different individuals. So you find, I always encourage couples to have regular monthly meetings, say, how we doing? Set goals, have journal what your plans are. So you don't just hearing it, but it takes two people who are going to be really open-minded to hear what the other person's needs are, and the fact that you want that person to fulfill their needs. Now, as they grow older, those people do outgrow each other, and sometimes folks, in terms of divorcing, especially when children are already grown up and you're together, but there are times you have to realize that you're only with that person for a certain time period. And to decide, but it takes two adults that know at the level of saying, we have outgrown each other and so forth. So you go your way, I go my way, and have a good life. And I'm still here. We have children together. We'll still be connected to the children and so forth. But unfortunately, what happened, just like this gentleman, he's still attached to her, but she already had moved on mentally for years.
Yes.
You see.
Yes. That seemed to be the sentiment, because I have some messages here, and that seemed to be the sentiment of most people. That, hey, listen, I'm going to read the messages in a minute, but that seemed to be the sentiment of most people. That, hey, this lady moved on a long time ago. You're just realizing it.
Absolutely. But couples, to sum it up, and as I close, the main thing is the couples don't just take your togetherness for granted. Talk to each other, set goals, journal your progress or lack of it, and keep moving with it. It will build a better quality relationship. And in the long run, then now, is something good and can end amicably if it's going to end.
All right.
Have a great evening, my brother.
Blessings. All right, Sister Pat, sorry about that. I You can call me back, please. Call me back, Sister Pat. Um, I am sorry. I was trying to pick up the other call and inadvertently, I don't know, I put you on mute and trying to get you back, and when you're old, I am old. I can't manage these things. It's if it was on the phone, I don't know. Do I even know how to conference a call? I don't know if I know how to conference a call. I don't. Have I ever conferenced a call? I don't know. I'm too old for that. Anyway, good evening. You're live on the radio.
Good evening, Chris. How are
Sister
you?
Pat, I'm sorry. My apologies. I don't
That's
know how to
okay.
conference a call.
That's okay. You probably need to ask Lady B. She's
Yes.
a pro. She's
Yes,
a
me.
pro
I
at
need. I
this.
need. I need. The Rasta man, they would have said I need some teachment. Yeah.
And guess what? We're never too old to learn.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay? All
What's
right.
your take?
Yes, I have been listening to the conversation between you, Lady B, and DL. And I didn't hear the last caller because I wanted to hear what's going on, so I muted my device.
Mm.
But anyway, it's clearly to me that there is a communication breakdown in this relationship,
Mm.
and it's not on the husband's fault. It's on the wife's part. It's quite clear she has some unresolved tendencies. There
Mm.
is some unfinished business she has that she wants to accomplish, but
Mm.
she's not being honest. She's not being honest with herself and with the husband. So this is where they probably need a mediator
Mm.
for her to be very honest and very upfront and not string the husband along like a yo-yo, you know? It
Mm.
is not right and it is not fair. No. From the mere fact she leave the matrimonial home and she gone about her business, it's showing that the poor man feels abandoned.
Mm.
He feels as if she doesn't care, she doesn't want him. While he now is holding on, is grasping, who knows, probably grasping at straws because it's sending a clear message that she's not interested, she don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
M- marriage relationship entails two people, and the fringe benefit of the relationship is to have that physical contact between the both of you. And if that is broken down, well, she leave the man no other choice but to go graze in green pastures, you know.
Yes.
And
Cause
the
the man
poor
say
man doesn't.
him say him skin still a scratch him. Him him
But of course,
him want to
the
itch.
man have needs. Of
Yeah.
course, the man have needs. Yes, you know.
Yeah.
And she don't. She it's as if she just don't care. I mean, she probably telling him go take a cold shower and all the negative things that is not
Mm.
really chalking
Mm.
up to her being honest with herself and honest with the man, so he could go about his business.
Yeah.
Quite clearly
She's
she's
yeah,
doing
she's doing
just
quite
fine.
fine. She's
She's
fine. I
doing
mean.
quite fine
Mm.
while he's there. And point is, some women, when they have a good man, they don't appreciate them. They don't
Sometimes you don't
acknowledge
know
them.
what you have until it's gone.
They don't know what that song. You had better hold on to what you have.
Mhm.
Hold on to what you got. If you have a good man and you don't want him, you toss him aside and see how quick somebody pick
I
him up.
tell you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it goes the other way around. Yeah, for the man who have a good woman and you don't appreciate her, toss her aside and see how quick somebody picks her up. But
Mhm.
this marriage is not really doomed. There is still some life. All they need to do is to resurrect the relationship by getting a mediator so they can iron things out, because the moment these two get together, it's going to be an argument.
Mm. Yeah,
And
because
they're
I
just not.
can understand why the argument is
Yes,
developing each
yes,
time, because
yes,
they're on two different wavelengths. He's probably hounding
absolutely.
her to come home, and she's probably like, "Me
Yes.
nah call this miserable man, because every time I call him, I tell me want to come home, and me not depend that right now. No, me nah come home, going away." And then one
So,
of the things too,
Uh-huh.
And I it just came across my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Her eldest son, the
Mm-hmm.
one who sponsored her to come to Canada, is not
Yes.
his child. So God knows what
Okay.
he is saying to his mother.
That's right.
He
That's
probably
right.
wants his mother where he is, you know?
Right. That's
And
right.
sometimes,
Especially,
stepson,
especially,
step parents, and stepchildren sometimes not get along. So who knows if that is also not a part of the mix?
and who knows? Maybe the stepson have children and he need ability to babysit,
Ah,
and the mother is willing
Lord of
to
mercy. See,
babysit
see,
and
is
get
it?
paid
Mm-hmm.
and get paid. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So there are so many um clicks to the equation, but
Mm-hmm.
I just believe she's being dishonest. She's not quite honest with herself, and she needs to be honest with the man and let the man know exactly what's going on. Don't string the man along and have him there dangling like a yo-yo. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that that would be my take on it.
All right, Sister Pat, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure.
All
All right. Bye
right, bye
bye.
bye. Yes, 508-762-7621 if you want to participate in the discussion. What is your take? So this couple, they were, it would have been interesting to find out how long they were married for, because is not in the that is not here in the information. But it would have been interesting to find out how long they were together. But it seemed as if they were together for a long time. I'm 65-year-old male. My wife is 60 years old. So they're 5 years apart. They're retired. And the woman decided that she's going to migrate. So she migrate. It just came across my mind. 508-762-7621. We still have some time in the program. You can call me. 508-762-7621. It just dawned on me, ladies and gentlemen, that the step child, the one who sponsored the mother to come, it could very well be that stepchild is a big problem. I don't know the people in relationship. I'm just saying, because we're all here speculating. So why not? Why not speculate a little bit more, Chris? Yeah. So yeah. So Auntie B says, I would say yes and no because he could have visited her. That is what she said. I don't know. Let me see. 508-762-7621. Let me see if I can find some other responses here where people are responding. Let me see. But yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting, ladies and gentlemen, that the 508-762. Okay, let me just pick up this call here. Good evening, you're live on the radio.
Let me say this to you as I listen. Some thoughts come to me.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to think that need to dismiss this whole thing that, especially women today in their 60s, get old and cold. And she grew up our children already.
So she ready
all
for
that.
It's she ready for take on the world, I know.
Yeah, and because you see, you have this show called Golden Bachelor, and these women are in their 60s, one even 72, and these women are spankingly hot.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of women, that's a time when they really, really come into fulfillment. And you know, so she have all her things behind her now, and she like, as it were, free as a bird, and having a fiery time.
Here we go again. Lord have mercy. Hello.
Hello. Good night, Mr. Willoughby.
Yeah, good night. Good night. We put the bread up
Yes,
our wall.
man.
But anyway, go ahead. I have to learn
Yes.
how to do this thing. How you do?
Yes, I'm good, man. I just wanna, give my takes on that topic.
Yes, go ahead.
So I know there's a call earlier. He didn't state his name, so by talking about what he say, you will know that's who I'm talking about. The one who said that the wife probably outgrowing the husband.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking like putting myself in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
knowing I spend my younger years
Mm-hmm.
with my wife
Right.
till I reach in my 60s,
Right. Good point. Yeah.
and then she gonna look at me and tell me like, look, I'm no longer interested in you. I think we outgrown each other.
Mm.
How comes 60? Why you didn't tell me this from in my 40s? Yo,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
you ain't going nowhere, cause I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And if the son oversees and offer the mother an opportunity to come make some money or probably come stay with her grandson and all that, she should go to her husband and talk about it. And if her husband decides to look, you know, I don't want you go there. She should call back her son and tell her son, look, my husband don't want me to come and I gotta stay by his side. I'm sorry, but this is you're better off
Mm.
right where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of time I'm just feeling like females don't take man feeling in consideration.
Mm.
They think we can sustain anything come at we can take it and that's it. But no, man have feelings too. Man want to feel love. Man want to feel appreciated. Just like how the female want to feel love and they can't live without love and emotion and all those things. We need those things too.
Mm.
And I gotta say this like it take me back in the days when I used to hear this saying like say, want it, can't get it, and get it, no want it.
Mm.
Because right now, I know there is some lady in Canada in their 60s working hard. Wish they did have a place in Jamaica and a husband where they could go home back to. And they don't got that.
Oh boy, I tell you. Mm. Yeah, you're
So
right.
I'm telling you, man, I'm just cutting straight to the chase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that's my opinion, Chris.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, it's not fair for that man.
Yeah, so
I
you're
know that
saying,
man make yes,
yeah, you're to
right,
break it down. You're saying that this man is looking at it from the perspective that, hey, listen, I don't have. I mean, it just based on what you're saying. I'm just thinking about it. He's saying,
yes,
okay, look, I don't have no son or daughter for file for me for come America and come Canada, come live, right? And furthermore, me not really want, but him probably don't have nobody
yes,
to file for him to come to Canada. When they
yes,
got married, it was until death do us part. So we chose each other to stay together. And
yes,
now you're saying that, oh, you outgrew me in your 60s.
yeah.
After
Too late.
I gave you my
All
best
my,
years.
oh my God.
Because as a man,
Think about it.
we have to be
Yeah,
frank. As a man, in your 60s, you're going down the hill.
down the hill.
You know what I mean? So his best years are behind him. So anybody
Of
that is
course.
going to pick up is going to have to compromise because hey, he ain't got it like that anymore.
He don't got it
He
like
gave
that, man.
her
Although
he
he
gave
say,
her
although he say he talking to somebody, but he don't wanna go
yeah,
that
yeah,
go that
listen,
road.
he's 60 years old. He's a man. He's 60 years old. We ain't
Yeah.
gonna fool ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He has more years behind him than in front
Than
of
in
him.
front him.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, at the end of the day, the reality is that, as you say, he gave her his best years, and now to say, hey, listen, me ready for move on now. He rough.
Too late. He ain't going nowhere.
What you say, she not, so how you gonna stop her, my brother?
No.
You can't tell her. If she want to go, she have to go still, But I mean, like, it's rough. But
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah, but
difficult thing for. And if you notice, divorces. I don't know. It's a thing with women. And I'm not knocking the women, but most divorces are filed by women
yes,
because most of
80%.
the time, 80% of divorce are filed by women. Because most of the
Correct.
times when a man say I do, he really means I do. And he will put up with a lot of crap and he will not say anything. He will just bear it and go through it because he wants his marriage to last.
Yeah.
But the
Correct.
woman, what the woman will do, they will be
They live in
planning
their mind.
and they
Yes.
will be scheming and they won't say anything. They're planning and planning and planning and putting their ducks in a row to move away. And when the time is right, they hit you and you had no idea that it was coming. Because you as the man
It's
in the relationship, you're just going along. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's my wife and
yeah.
um till death do us part mean till death do us part. But in their
Yes, man.
minds, they are because women are like that. They are very strategic.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yes.
fact. They're very, very strategic. And
Yes.
they play the long game.
Yeah.
So they will be strategizing and waiting for that time, and you are just playing along until when they're ready to
True.
strike, they just strike and just leave you like you never see it coming.
Never, man.
And that is why a
And you
lot of
probably
people will say,
when it happen to you, probably never recover from it.
yeah, most of the times the men don't recover from it. Most
Yeah.
of the times the men don't recover from it because, as you say, a lot of people will tell you that the women they moved on a long time ago. So
Mm-hmm.
mentally, they have prepared themselves for this day to
Mm-hmm.
come. So
That's true.
they have already been gone emotionally, mentally. The only thing Ali was left was the physically. So that was
Yes.
easy for them to take away themselves from the relationship, while the man
Yep.
was still attached. So when they decide that,
Yes.
when they come and tell you that, hey, listen, I want a divorce, everything was already in place. When a woman come to you and tell you that I want a divorce,
Yeah.
she has already planned how she is
Months
going to
ahead.
survive, who she is going to live with, how the assets are going to be divided. She figure it out long time.
Yes, man.
A man, if a man reach the point to say I want a divorce, him just fed up and just tired and him just want out and him
Yes.
probably don't have any idea where him go sleep tomorrow morning or where him go because men are
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Yes.
But the women, oh, they are going to strategize. So as you said, my brother, at that time, you give all. Mm,
They give all.
yeah,
Nothing more to give.
yeah,
Because it's not like you can really go see who is talking to or whatever and you wanna cross that line in a place. But it's just not a good thing because that's not gonna work out too.
yeah,
You already know that's not gonna work out. But yeah, you probably can have a little fun here and there, but that's gonna be it.
yeah. He's not looking. He's probably looking at it and saying, "Boy, look, what am I doing at 60, 65? He's 65. You
Yes.
know what I mean? He's 65. He's
Yeah.
trust me,
No,
he doesn't have a lot of
no.
life left in him. You know?
Yes. Oh gosh, man, the man just need love to just put it in wife, put it in let them over him at night time, and he just be there and just nice with his wife and sitting at the rocking chair, as I say, and sip some coffee and,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. What better life you want, boy? You can work
yeah. He's lonely
in
in
the
Jamaica,
in
and
the
she's
cold.
as a somewhat one of the callers said she's ready to tour. She's ready to
Listen,
the
but
next
Chris,
chapter in her life. You
listen to you know, yeah. you know the story about Stella get her groove back, and
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
happened in
yeah, yeah,
Jamaica.
yeah.
But listen, it's not only Jamaica Stella get her groove back. Stella can get her groove back all over the world,
Mm.
So you never know. You understand? You
Yeah,
never know.
yeah, yeah. So she probably wait a
Yes,
second. She's probably grooving it on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Stella
yeah,
gonna get her
yeah.
groove
Yeah,
back. She
it's
gonna
quite
get her
possible.
groove
I
back.
mean, like, who knows? You know. Anyway, my brother, may I get an next call? Let me see what that person you want. Big up
All
yourself.
right, cool.
Hello, you're live on the radio.
Yeah, I guess the other call came in and
Yeah,
bumped me
man,
off.
I'll knock you out. Yeah, because
It
yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
Quickly, what I was saying. Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
in your conversation with I think it's the last caller, you talked about when a man is 16 gone down there. Speak for yourself.
It's a deal. I'm gonna read 68 Neil, so I don't know. I'm just
No,
assuming, you know. We don't reach this
even
yet.
worse.
I
So
still have a Neil.
when
I
you
still have a
reach there,
few.
you'll find out how wrong you were.
I still, I still have a few more years to
Okay?
reach there. But I
Well,
assume that
mark
when you
this.
reach six, so what here just start go downhill.
I don't know.
'Cause, listen,
It all
somehow
depends.
no,
It all depends.
Neil. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you see, somehow no have to accept the fact, that you're going down the hill, my yacht. But let me tell you
But, but,
something,
but, but,
man.
but, but, but but why should you accept that when when there's not in your mind about this downhill thing because it has to do how you feel,
It's
your
not-
mental thing, and so forth. So and all other areas
uh,
are still functional. You know,
yeah,
you still can stand up. So
yeah,
so
yeah,
and lifestyle and so forth is different. So you mark this day, and when you reach 60, you will say, "Oh, wrong you were."
yeah.
Yeah, but so the point I was making is at the juncture where I was. Oh, before I go there, you said it is clear that he's 60. How old is she?
She's 65. He's 60.
Okay.
No, no,
Um.
no.
Uh,
He's 65. She is 60. But yeah, that's yeah.
oh,
Yeah, he
oh,
is
oh, oh,
65, and she is 60.
that's an issue too.
Mm.
Because at 60, she's still a hot woman.
Oh, okay.
Come on, a 60-year-old woman and even older
Then that's why he want her there. That's why he want him wife.
can
Him
can
wife with him. He
can
want the
see it
hot
clearly.
wife.
60-year-old woman, not old. The
That's
reason
why
why
he
I'm
want him
focusing
hot wife with him at the house. Him no want him
on
hot wife at Canada and him there Jamaica.
right, but
That is the
she
problem.
being a hot woman, maybe on the other hand is a dowdy person, and she take out the foreign before the Canada, a whole different lifestyle come to her at
Mm-hmm.
60.
Yeah, listen.
Should
You see, when you're married, let me tell you something, man. You see,
mm,
when you're married, as me say now, it can't be just about what you want. You
you're
still have to think
absolutely
about
right.
your partner, what your partner want. And I
You
don't think
you
both of them are not willing to compromise. I think that is the
but
problem.
but you are absolutely right. But um reality, you know, I don't want to use that man's name, overrides what should be. So what I'm saying is,
Yes, a reality Trump.
yeah, you know the word is the word, but I don't call him name in my mouth.
I hear you.
Because I'm never gonna run for if it ever slip, call me, I have to go run and get
Oh,
the
Lord
J.
have mercy.
I'd have to run and get the J's.
Uh-uh.
So anyway, so she has 60, or 65, maybe he's dowdy. She, I say,
Or
hot
maybe,
nigga
or maybe the
Chris,
man just
a
want him wife,
60
which
year
part
old,
him there?
a 60-year-old woman,
Yeah.
especially in this day and age.
Yo, brother, how much more after 60? Let's reason this out. Let's reason this out. Right? Because if you the retirement age is what between 60 65 somewhere there, whatever.
Not
Um,
Jamaica.
right. So
It was dead on 60. So I don't know, and then it changes. So I don't
yeah.
know.
So
Oh,
all right.
if she retired, I
But
mean,
if you
she have been
work,
retired at 60.
here's what where um the guy is probably looking at it. They work, they achieve, right? That was probably the plan going. You know what I mean? More than likely, it sounded like he was caught off guard. So that was probably the plan that hey, we're gonna work, or maybe they didn't never discussed it. As the other caller said, people need to talk about their plans. Maybe they were just going along, and he was assuming that when they reach retirement age, both of them are going to retire together. Now here comes foreign, and she decide that hey, listen, I'm taking this opportunity, and he's like, hey, listen, now man, we have achieved, we have a house, picnic them grew up and gone, and what's just me and you make we relax and enjoy ourselves. No, she gone back our picnic. She now gone back
Ye-
to our child, while he is left by himself.
Yes, and I'm saying the way you're saying it is where it should be, but I'm saying the reality isn't always the same. So
Oh,
what I'm saying
absolutely, absolutely. I
at,
mean,
at 60, oh,
mhm.
by the way, let's before I forget, this whole thing of we grow to each other. It's all poppycock because in the longer you're together, you should grow into each other than grow out.
Mm. That's a good question, but the
We grow to
reality
each other.
of it is that
Are we? Is it a known thing that you're supposed to grow? You're supposed to grow out each other, and at this time
but yeah.
we have grown out each other, maybe earlier or later than other people. Make it sound that way. I don't grow to each other. If I did repeat, the longer you are together, you should be growing
Well,
into
you
each
you do have
other.
people who will tell you that they have outgrown each other,
Yeah, of
and
course we
here's the
do that.
reason.
That's
Here's
the
the
right term
reason
I'm
for
looking
that.
for. It's right. It's the right word I'm looking for. Outgrown. Are you outgrown after 30, 40 years?
No, because you're what I'd say, you weren't on the same page to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? You weren't on the same page to begin with. So it's like you are going in one direction and she's going in one direction. And there comes a time when people just say, hey, listen, we have not been doing this thing together for a very long time. And that is why I say that relationships are hard work and people take each other for granted all the time because people believe that
Mm,
and once you are in the relationship, you can just wing it and it will work. A relationship
mm,
is like a plant.
mm.
You have to continually feeding it,
To nurture it,
nurturing it
yes.
for it to continue
Yes.
to remain healthy and vibrant. And when you stop
Yes.
nurturing it and feeding it, it is going to wither and die. And a lot of people do not nurture their relationship. Because remember, you were very much in love when you just met each other. You know what I mean? You were over the moon and butterflies and you can't wait to see each other. You leave even your work. You leave your work early for go home and all of them so you can't get your hands off each other.
Yeah.
After a while you start to just whether you lose interest for whatever reason or you just start to just take each other for granted or whatever, you are not putting
Mm,
in the work. And once you start putting
mm,
in the work, people are going to start to feel neglected and they're going to take up either they're going to take up other hobbies or they're going to start to see somebody else, the interest in somebody else.
but okay, Chris, quickly, so I can get to what I wanted to say before. I referenced the Golden Bachelor, and I'm here thinking that all the women who are um competing for him, I think the youngest one I can recall was 58. I mean, the oldest one is 71 or 72. Okay, that's
Mm,
the age range, and most of them are in their 60s. Okay,
mm,
different age in that 60 to 70 10-year thing, and a lot of them. I think it's only one of them never married and don't have any children. Okay,
mm,
and these women are hot and dying for love, and if you hear what they say, that they are the best time of their lives.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
so and they talk how they want to live and so on and so forth. You have been married, when a divorce and a widow, and children and everything. Um, you know, so I'm painting a scenario. So she go to Canada, over there for a couple of years, a whole different lifestyle present to her. She don't have all the trappings of raising children anymore and working as well as behind her. And she's thrust into a whole different environment, and she's still out. I remember a woman lifespan is longer than a man's, and it's just and maybe also she want to live a certain way that she wasn't able to live in Jamaica. Now she can do it. Long nails and manicure nails and pedicure and weave and high lash and all kind of stuff, and that's how they hit her and all that stuff. And she's a new season of her life, and maybe I would say
mm.
maybe he's dowdy, and she's like, well, I'm 60, I'm still young, I'm feeling quite, you know. So all of that. So don't go thinking that a 60-year-old woman today is a mother or grandmother, 60-year-old. And when you gonna live a foreign?
She can call him a fire.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you
You know,
know,
man, a lot of man
it's
make one like a mistake like that to think that, oh, you know, she 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 she's at a good time in her life between 60 and 70.
so so with the man, so me not because
So you can say the ram top, but when you reach 60, you think you're going to have a shot of your life.
but listen, what deal? Normally, when you reach 60, aren't you looking forward to retirement? Isn't that what
Chris,
you're
that's a
supposed?
long, that's, Chris, that's a long bygone thing.
Oh,
That's how you've been socialized coming from Jamaica.
okay.
Return to what?
What do you mean?
60?
What do you mean? What do you mean? So hold
60,
on. So
Chris?
so so in other words, so you believe that a person is supposed to work until then dead?
As long as I can do it, and as long as the situation allows it.
So what here's the thing about, because my mindset is kind of different still, man. Me no feel like say
Mm.
we did sit on this earth, yeah, for come work and work and work until you drop dead. That's not my mindset. My mindset is that I believe that after a certain period of time, if you work and you have achieved certain things, you should take some time out and go enjoy the things that you have worked to achieve instead of working. And don't get me wrong, if you feel as if your purpose is to work until you drop dead because that is what you feel like you need to do, if that is what fulfill you because you want to work, I have no issue with that. But not everybody feel like you have to work until you reach 80 and down on your face. Some people, they find joy.
Yes, but they still you still need to do something, have some
No, and
livelihoods to run
absolutely, but remember,
and
in
ways.
this,
What,
remember,
what why you think so much women in their 60s and early 70s um packing
they're saying that,
cruises and so forth.
remember, that the guy said that they do work part-time. He said they work part-time.
Okay, so
So
there you
they
go.
both used to work part-time after retirement. So I am assuming
Because
that
it's
they weren't
mandatory
just.
because it's a mandatory retirement in Jamaica, and depending on what
Depending
profession they
on
were
where they
in.
worked and how they, you know what I mean, it
Right, they have a
varies.
lot of life in. That's right,
So
because government of Jamaica job maybe and have retire, and they have more life left inside of them
right.
at
So he's
60,
saying that they're still working part time,
part
and
time,
so
because they
he
have it in them to be able to work,
and
but
he
the job that they
wanted,
have, they can't
but he
continue
wanted
anymore,
to
so they
travel,
go and find
DL.
themselves somewhere else.
He wanted to travel too. It's not that he wanted to just sit at home. He's in the United States right now. So it's not like he's saying, I want to sit at home and not do anything. He's saying he doesn't want to move to another place to live after his retirement. And I don't see anything wrong with that. After all these years, you work and you achieve. No, why do you work? No, let's be logical. You work. You
Sure, go
built.
somewhere else.
You built a life. You achieved all of these things in one country, and then you decide at that age that you're going to leave everything that you built and whatever to go start another life somewhere else. You're literally starting another life somewhere else at that age.
Yeah, but it's not like them not have anything. They have what they've accumulated still in Jamaica.
Right.
So they're like they're going to get rid of that. So they're going to get rid of. So that they're going to get
But
rid
he
of
do,
that
but he
and
doesn't
start from
want to.
scratch.
But he doesn't want to move away and go live somewhere else. And
Like
she
many,
wants to.
as I said,
So.
like many, like that is not again. It's not, and I'm not justifying. I'm just saying like this is nothing new.
Mhm.
I cite my cousin. I cite the man said no. I'm not gonna live off America. And I tell her, so then go in between. Maybe then work my cousin and her and work things out.
Mhm.
But him say, no, I'm not gonna live. I'm not coming to live to America. And
But
so
what
back and
what
forth, time here and time there.
what
So
is
what I'm
what is
saying to
more
you is,
important when
most of the women who are inclined to do that,
exactly?
and she's no, because women. I'm a unit. I keep emphasizing 60. She's at a different
Women
time in her
can't
life,
satisfy.
and
Say it. Women,
she want
listen.
to live. She want. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go down a rat hole.
We'll get
Rabbit hole
we'll
with
get to
you.
that trouble. We'll get to that trouble.
Exactly. So I'm not follow you go down there.
But the way you're
And
thinking,
she
listen,
said,
you're thinking it, but you don't want to say. Listen, women,
she just wanted to live this other season of her life
and that's so.
somewhere else so she can
But
live a certain way
maybe
somewhere
she should
else.
not have gotten married then.
But no, but that was then when she was in Jamaica.
Oh,
And applicated for
so she
jobs
don't
and
want to
working.
so she
Maybe she
want
a
a divorce
teacher,
now.
she a nurse or something. And
Mm,
she said now she don't have those restraint and children or child or they
yeah,
grow up. And
yeah.
worst of all, is not her husband child. And she
Mm,
have a different she's
yeah,
up
yeah,
at
yeah,
60 going for Canada
yeah.
and she want to wear weave and
Yeah,
slash and
she
long
want to get
hairs
her
and
groove. She
laundry
want to get her groove back because
and
in other
lingerie
words,
and at 60 I'm telling you, as I keep saying,
she
I
wastes
learned
she
from the
wastes out
golden
all her
bachelor
years
to
with
believe
this
women in their
man.
60s.
So
Yeah?
you know how you know how she's looking at it. She's looking at it from the perspective that why she waste out all her years with this man. But the man is looking at it like I gave all my best years to this woman. So you see,
I wouldn't necessarily say she gonna use that kind of language so she give all her years and what she waste
she
time. No.
wasted all her
I,
years with him. Now she want to explore. The man don't want to
you
explore. The
know,
man just want to chill with his wife.
yeah, I said maybe again he's a dowdy
You see,
guy
life is so
and she
unfair though. Life is so unfair because look at it. He has given the best of his years to her. Now she feels like she's now in her prime, according to your argument. So she
if that's
feel
what's
like
going
she
on,
can
yes,
now
that's my
take the
scenario.
best of her years and go do something else with it. Is that fair to the guy?
No, it's not.
Okay, all right, good,
No, it's not.
all right.
But the thing is where she's
Yeah, and
at.
and obviously that's where she's at. I mean, like
And yes,
that's
again, emphasizing where she's at, it's not fair.
mm,
It's not here.
You know, one of the things, I had a discussion with somebody, and one of the things I noticed with men and women, they think differently, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Um, if a man doesn't have money, he will say to himself, if I ever get money, I want a family. I want a woman to spend that money with. And if he gets the money, that's the first thing that he's going to do. He wants to get a woman. And it doesn't matter, he doesn't care whether the woman have money or not. He will take up a
Right.
broke woman and build a life with her if he ever gets rich.
Yes.
On the other hand, if a woman is poor and then she come across money, the first thing she say is that she no need no man because she's independent. So men and
Because,
women think differently. A woman is not going to suddenly come across some money and say, "Hey, I need a man to share my life with and spend so he can spend some of my money or benefit from some of my money." She will never think that. And that's a fact. But a
well, let me
man,
say this to you. Do you heard that women are all about security, and the security is not the security of a company, and the security of financial security.
yep,
And one can understand where this is coming from. That's why I tell my daughter and thing, do your own thing and be independent. And I believe in women doing their own thing and being independent because they could be left holding the bag. So so women want security, uh, and again we know where that is rooted
above
in and where it's coming
all,
from.
women want that security. They don't care about much else. They want that security. And if the man have to go to hell, make him go on.
Right, and yeah,
You
and
know what I mean?
the other side of it come to the man, as you say, it's like the money thing. The man who have the money and so forth, he said, no matter what the woman do, and blah blah blah, he might go off that pretty face.
Yeah, because
You see?
because men are visual creatures.
Correct. And money, men
So it's a
understand money will
trade-off in a
get them
relationship.
there. Money will get them there because women want financial security.
hmm
So
Hence, you will have
that's why I want to
old,
have money,
a big old fat man, um,
that pretty
ugly,
face.
and him have money, and him have the prettiest young girl.
Well, let me go up. I can try to. Not only prettiest, especially in this day and age, the youngest. We have a perfect example of your guy, Bill Belichick.
Belichick. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect example.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
And so he might have loads of money,
hmm
and women, that's what him going to use to get a pretty face and cutie,
hmm
because that is power play.
Yeah.
And she, on the other hand, just wants security,
So
and security
she does not
involves
care about
financial security. So she
she
go and
does
put
not
herself.
care about, and you know the funny thing about that
She give
is
a
that,
damn how, she can give a damn how him look.
and you know the funny thing about that, he
Mm.
knows that without his money, she would not have given him a second look. He would
It's time
not
of all,
stand a chance. But guess
absolutely.
what? He doesn't care because he has his money. He's getting what he wants. He's getting the attention. He's getting the skin from this beautiful woman. So it's an even trade in his book.
Correct. So the woman want trade off, the woman want security, and the man want a cutie,
Mm,
and him see in getting that cutie is to have the money.
yeah.
You see?
Thanks, Dale.
And
I'm
she
almost
and
out
she
of
want to get
time.
this and she gonna get the security from the man who have the money. So there you go.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, Ron.
Only have a couple of minutes. Thank you very much, my brother. I
Yeah,
appreciate the call as usual.
you're welcome.
Yeah, man. Big up
Thank you.
yourself. Let me see if I can get to, I don't know, some of these comments here. So let me run to YouTube and see what's happening over there before I leave So I see Brother Eval is saying, hard to counsel marriage relationships with only one side of the story. I'm gonna assume she wasn't happy with something in the marriage. Yeah, true, my brother. She clearly had dreams she wanted to fulfill. Her light turned green and she gone. Okay, Mr. Green, I hear ya. Elvin Morgan, big up yourself, brother. Good evening to the FVR family. Sister Camille, your interest can change. Okay, of course, certainly. And again, Sister Camille says, you don't have to do anything. Some people just want to retire early to enjoy the rest of their years together. And she put it in big, bold capital letter. I agree with that. She wanted to do other things with or without him. So that's what she did. Oh boy, I tell you. She left him, period, point blank. So she did in every way. And then she went on to say, whatever vibes, master. I guess the whatever came when I said that women can't, yeah, that I'll say it again. Come I'll get myself in trouble. Guys. some people think it, but them not say it. Let me see if I can, there's some comments, let me see if I can pick up, where those comments came from. Where did I... comments came from. Let me see here. We only have a few minutes left. I want to read those comments. So, very interesting. I wanted to touch on some of the what do you call it? So 10 o'clock. Yeah, let me go a little bit longer on YouTube. I know I'm going to get cut off from Linkage Radio. So I'm going to go a little bit longer on YouTube just because I want to read the comments here. I'm trying to pick up the comments. I'm not. Yeah. I'm trying to pick up the comments here. Where are those comments? Come on. Where are those comments? I'm trying to pick up the comments here. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I want to close this out. But, oh boy, I'm not seeing the comments here. Where did they go? Anyway, I want to say thanks to you all. If I can't find them, it's one of those things. Thank you, everybody. It was a spirited discussion, and I appreciate everybody who called. And for those of you who didn't get through because I was messing around and couldn't take the calls, I appreciate you very, 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 very much. Hey, Mr. Margie, I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Why you staying away, man? I know you're not all that busy, you know. But anyway, yeah, not finding the comments here. There were some more comments that I wanted to read, but they seem to have disappeared on me. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. I will be back here. You know, I'm having challenges. I am having challenges, my friends. And I have to be straight up with you. The YouTube is giving us headaches. And so the Sunday evening shows, I am tempted to not do the Sunday evening shows on YouTube anymore. What I'm probably going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, going forward, I'm probably going to be doing it on Facebook. I'm going to go back to Facebook. Yeah. So I'm probably going to go back to Facebook. I have a Facebook page. So I want you to take note of it. So I'm probably going to start broadcasting back on not on my regular Facebook account, the Facebook page. I think it's called the Divine Praise something. I don't remember what it's called. I think, but if you follow me on Facebook, you will get the notification. So I think I'm going to start going back to Facebook for the Sunday evening broadcast. Also, I am always on at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Always. So if you want to hear you can tune in over there right now. If you want to tune in, if you want to hear me right this minute, you can tune in over at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. I am live over there. So don't hesitate to tune in. www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. That's www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. Always 24 hours per day, right? Because we're not just on YouTube. We are on the radio at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. All right? So on Sunday, I think we're going to have to, I don't think we have a choice, because I want to preserve the YouTube channel. They're getting very, very strict with the music that we are allowed to play. And I have already gotten a copyright strike, and I'm trying to preserve the channel. I am being straight up honest with you. I do not want to lose my YouTube channel. So I am being very, very careful as to how and what I do on the channel going forward. So on Sunday, I'm probably going to be on Facebook broadcasting, and we are saving the YouTube channel for other stuff. I'm uploading videos, and this program is live on YouTube, and other programs will we'll do other stuff on there, but that's that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, take care of your beautiful selves, and I will catch you on Sunday and the gospel show on CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Keep it locked. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. God bless you. Well, God.